It's not every day you meet a college sophomore who's already composed an entire original musical. But this rising star has just turned that dream into a reality. Adalia Young is reporting live from Constance Hall for the Inside Scoop.
Thank you so much, Julia. I'm here with a Bradley student whose talent goes beyond the classroom. Sophomore Jake Thomas, who is a double major in music composition and education, has already started producing his own musical called A Shot Rang Out. Jake, welcome to the show.
Hi.
So could you give some insight to our viewers about the musical, what it's about, without giving away any spoilers, obviously, about the plot?
So it's just a murder mystery musical. It's basically about two detectives, one who's really experienced and one that's kind of novice, and they're trying to investigate the murder of this kind of high-end lawyer and stuff, so they go and investigate his family and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so obviously it's something that sounds like it came out of a clue book, for example. What was the inspiration behind starting this musical?
Yeah, so I really like murder mysteries, and I feel like in a lot of murder mysteries they have like colors or just different things that represent the different characters. So I was kind of thinking like, what if I wrote a musical where there were musical ideas that represented each of the characters? So I was walking around campus and one just kind of walked into my head and I wrote the first song and it just kind of went from there. And I've slowly pieced it together where every character has their own musical idea.
Totally. So as a double major, and especially in the music department, you are so busy with so many things. You were involved in Bradley Does Broadway recently. You've been in, chorale, I'm assuming, as well. So you're just always so busy all the time. How do you find the time to develop something like this, especially as a college student?
Just in passing, I always have like a little notepad with me and I write down any idea that comes to my mind, and then when I finally get like 1 hour free, I can sit down at the computer and actually like synthesize it and write it down. I'm just constantly writing things, so.
Yeah, I totally understand that. So, you said you were constantly writing. Have you gotten some insight from any professors or any other students around here to get some help on those music?
Oh yeah, totally. So in my composition lessons, Dr. Lambert has helped me piece together different ideas and just kind of make the pieces of music good and stuff. I've talked with just some friends of mine who are all in theater, and we've just kind of spoken like, hey, does this work or not? Or like, is this super cool? I basically have showed my show in some facet to almost everyone I've come across.
Yeah, so you've talked about showing your show, and I'm so fortunate to see one of those songs performed at Bradley Does Broadway. So you got to see a piece of it live, and a lot of students also did too, and they probably didn't know that was something that was written by a student. How did that make you feel to see something come to life and having viewers just come and compliment you about it?
It was really, really weird at first, and it's really, really, really cool. It gave me some insight into the characters and what people liked about the show, so I can maybe, when I go and rewrite it and stuff and just clean it up, I can hone in on those things and just make it like super awesome for everyone. It was just really cool. It was just really neat to see that all this work that I've been putting into this show is like working out and people like it.
Yeah, totally. So obviously it takes a lot of feedback and a lot of work to work on this before you can fully put it on the stage as a production. What stage process are you in right now? Or is there phases that you're going through to make sure that you feel 100% about this, becoming something that goes on stage one day?
Yeah, so I've finalized the script. I'm almost done with all the music. So all the lyrics are in the script. I'm almost done with all the music. And my next stage that I'm going into is orchestrating it. And that's, writing for the pit and the ensemble that's going to play underneath the singers and stuff. And then from there, it's done.
Yeah. So Jake, you're going to be here for the next 2 years and you're going to be working on this for such a long time. What do you want to say to our viewers who maybe one day will see this on Broadway within the next decade or so? What do you want them to know about you?
I don't really know. This is an interesting question. That I guess if you have any ideas, just go for them. Just start writing stuff down. I mean, I come from very, very, very humble beginnings in like a cornfield, and I'm here at Bradley doing music and stuff. Anything's really possible. That's kind of my idea.
Well, I would definitely write that down as one of my most iconic interviews, because if you become famous one day, I'm going to say that I've interviewed the Jake Thomas. Well, you can come and see Jake Thomas. He's going to be here on campus. He's also going to be directing Bradley Does Broadway next year. So if you want to know more info about his musical, A Shot Rang Out, you can see it at Bradley Does Broadway, possibly again, or come and talk to him about it, or possibly on Broadway within the next few years. This is Adalia Young signing off.